Hello, this is MagNUS, and I am here to give you a review on the DMC slash Devil May Cry game that came out recently. Or that came out. I know I've been kind of late on this, but I've had time to almost play through it a second time. But anyway, I would have to say I like the direction that they're going with the game, but the classics are still better. I like that they tried something new. That's rare in games, that they actually do try something new. But that's one thing I do like about it. But okay, well, I'll just go through each category one by one. So gameplay wise, it was sweet. It's really empowering. It's just that amazing. You feel like you're doing a lot of damage when you hit people, and it just feels awesome. But I would say it's almost too easy. Like, I don't know. I mean, it just seemed too easy. I think it's mainly because of the angel and demon hooks that made the combat too easy. Because with those hooks, you pretty much can control the entire fight. It's almost not fair. And I would say the game, first time I played through was on normal, and it really didn't get hard until about halfway through. And even then, it wasn't really anything that I couldn't handle. It was just sometimes it was frustrating because some of the enemies I just didn't know how to fight effectively, but now I do. So it's not even a challenge, really. I mean, there's still one enemy I don't know how to effectively kill, but that happens. I would say the gameplay is really solid, but they could have made the enemies smarter or made them attack faster. The one thing I noticed is a lot of the enemies have like a delayed attack, and I don't know. I think the combat's just a little too easy, but that's just my opinion of it. The music and the sound. I mean, the music was pretty bad. It was pretty good fighting music, but aside from that, wasn't anything special about it. And the sounds, well, and the weapon sounds were pretty badass too, but again, nothing special about them. The story, I think they could have worked on it a little bit. And okay, I'm just gonna spoil some stuff here, so if you don't want to hear some spoilers, then you might want to fast forward a little bit or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'll put a little timer on here to tell you where to fast forward to if you don't want to hear spoilers. Okay. The story was interesting. Bringing Mundus in was, I don't know, I think it was a little early, but that's okay. And because I played Devil May Cry 3 with Virgil, I was just fucking expecting a betrayal somewhere. And then I finally got it in the last mission 20. And it was just like, well, that wasn't too surprising at all. Virgil just wanted to kill Mundus so that he could rule the world. How imaginative. But anyway, aside from that, the story was pretty solid. I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. The story's pretty solid. But, well, I mean, I guess you could say the story wasn't that imaginative, but it was still pretty solid for the most part. Now, what made what was going to be, for me, what was going to make or break this game was what Dante's personality was like. That was what's going to make or break this game. The new Dante, he's not witty. He's not as witty as the old one. Like, the old one, he could insult his opponents so easily, it wasn't even funny. Like, I mean, in the third game, when you fight Cerberus, he's just like Cerberus goes on about how powerful the demon he is and all that good stuff, and then he's like, alright, well, that's all good and well. How about we go for a walk? Come on, boy, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. That was fucking hilarious, and it was such a great insult, and yet he didn't have to curse. The new Dante curses like a fucking sailor, almost. And if you actually look at... I got the DMC collection and the new game, and I compared the little ratings on the back. The DMC collection, there's no fucking cursing at all. There's not even a thing for language. New one says, I think, strong language. Probably because of all the bugs because of all the F-bombs he drops in one particular mission. Which you can play in the demo, by the way. Anyway. He's just not as witty, but he has his moments when he is, but he's not as witty. He doesn't make that many puns. I think they could have done a lot better job with that. The look, I could live with the look, but playing through it a second time, spoiler, when you beat the game, you can unlock him with white hair. Same character, but with white hair. When you play through it the second time, he has the white hair. It just feels so right. I don't know why. It just does. But anyway, aside from all that, I mean, the new Dante, I guess you could say he's more Americanized, and has more of an American culture to him. But in my opinion, American culture just kind of sucks right now. I mean, it sucks. We got swag fags, we got slutty teens. Well, we got like these slutty 13-year-olds that know how to suck a cock better than they know how to do math. American culture just sucks right now. I mean, but I'm sure I'm gonna get a huge rap for that if this video ever gets big, but I don't care. Anyway, that was the main thing that made or break this game for me. And I'm glad to say it didn't break it. It did not break the game for me. This new Dante for me was passable. He wasn't great. He wasn't terrible. He was just kind of mediocre. He wasn't... I don't know, I don't know. They could do a lot better, but I'll give them a break since this is the first game by the new company, but it's almost not even acceptable just because they have 4 games to work off of, even though apparently one of them sucks. But anyway, you have 4 games to work from, so it's almost not acceptable. But I think Virgil was done very well. I like how he was a fancy gentleman. I like that aesthetic of him. I like it. And I understand that they wanted to make demons more incognito with the whole world and everything, but they could have had a lot more inventive designs for their or for the boss demons at least. The succubus was, I mean, that was somewhat creative, but the news reporter guy and Mundus himself, and his mistress / baby. Well, Mr. Slash Baby was kind of inventive, but not really. The other two, I thought they were poorly designed. I mean, they didn't seem demon-esque at all. It was... I don't know. Oh, the one thing that kind of bothered me was the whole background and the whole setting was there's angels and demons and Sparta. That's one thing that also bothered me. They made Sparta a pussy. Sparta was not a pussy in the original series. He was a badass. And he just died of old age. No one ever killed him. He just died. He just died of old age or something. I don't know. Maybe he killed himself. I don't fucking know. But you know what? He just died. No one ever killed him. He was a badass. This game, he went out like a pussy. He's apparently still alive and just imprisoned, so maybe they're going to do something with that in later games, but I mean, it's kind of weak. They could have done so much better with it. Anyway, but yeah, like, the demons have, and they say the demons and angels have been at war with each other for eternity, as pseudo-Christian mythology would go. But the demons, of course, have a much stronger hold on the world and everything in general. I just want to know what the hell the angels are doing. I mean, the only real angels we even hear or know of is Dante's mother, and, like, from the images in the game, like, the angel that came weeping when she died. It's about all we know, and it's rather disappointing. I think they could have done something more with that. But, I mean, I think I don't know, I mean, maybe if this game does really well and later installments come, they will bring about more and have more involvement from the angels as well as the demons. But it seems kind of stupid that the angels are really not doing anything. I mean, in the previous games, they didn't even mention angels at all. I mean, in the fourth game, that's when you started having mention of angels, but it was just demons that had angelic forms, which I thought was kind of cool. I hate that they weren't actually angels or something like that. But either way, they could have done so much with the angel element. I mean, they brought it in and they didn't do anything with it aside from, hey, you got angelic weapons and angelic forms for Dante now. That's great and all, but it's just not that awesome. They could have done so much with it, but they didn't. Well, either way though, let's see. That's about all I think that's about everything I need to say about the game. Other than, well, I don't know. They could have just... This game has a lot, but this new series, or the reimagining, has a lot of potential right now. Has lots of potential, but I don't know. Maybe they're kind of lost in their potential. I don't know. It has lots of potential. I look forward to new games, but they need to do something with this potential. They can't just go off the same formula that they did for this game and have no involvement from any other parties aside from the demons and Dante and Virgil. So, with all that said, I think it's time to give this game a rating. I'm going to do mine 1 to 10. Or, well, no, I'm going to do it 0 to 10. Anyway, from 0 to 10, 10 being the best, and 0 being the absolute worst, like it's not even a game, I'm going to give DMC a I'll give it a 7. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's a nice little thing to play on a day when you're just really fucking angry with the world and you just want to kill stuff. That's what it's great for. But otherwise, I wouldn't really trust it with anything more than that. So a 7 is what I will give it, and 7 out of 10. So have fun with that. And this is MagNUS, and signing off.